Slow start today, but oh well. So, I'm late today, probably because I didn't sleep, like, at all last night. I'm thinking it's because I got a large decaf coffee, but I think it had enough caffeine to just make me not tired at all, even slightly. So that's been fun to deal with today. But, I was thinking about, so basically last time, I had reintegrated some NPCs and quests into my new terrain, but because the terrain chunks are smaller, they actually need to be like walking over there. What the heck is this? Oh, well, that should certainly not be up there. Well, the NPCs now need to be able to navigate across chunks, because this little square, they need to then go to probably Crab Hill Fort. It takes quite a while to load these scenes now, which is unfortunate. But I was also thinking, because right now, the scripts for the quests are associated with the chunk that it's on. Because the way that the chunk system works is, anything that's on this chunk, when it gets unloaded, it just disappears. It doesn't process at all. But now I need some way of, like, NPCs and quests, like, scripting to transcend the chunk. Like, if we go to this script, all of this is the quest, and now it's all tied to this particular chunk. So when we actually walk far enough, it disappears. So I need a whole new way of thinking about how NPCs move and how quests are activated and deactivated and stuff like that. And I'm thinking what it's going to be. Let's close other tabs. I have this script called Quest. So this is basically just taking all of taking like the quest script that I have associated with a chunk and imagining some sort of hypothetical quest class. So it'd have like functions like, oh, this is actually like the manager, but it'd have functions like bless and disavow, which are basically like an NPC that's blessed, quote unquote, is one that's now being tracked across chunks and will like be spawned in, or like anytime that it's like updated, it'll be persisted and things like that. And that way it can keep track of them globally rather than just like waiting for this particular chunk to load. So I think my questions with this system, because this was like late at night, like right after the stream, I started thinking about this, but I didn't actually implement anything. And so I guess now we should put this in the features, because I have it in vertical slice right now, story demo. Where the heck did I put it even? Is it even in here? Well, let's just put it in here. Quest. So like tracking. So like track NPC location cross chunks, unified scripting for quests, ability to, so this means have NPCs, or like spawn / despawn NPCs based on location. I kind of just need to have my new NPC system. So like I made my navigation system so that NPCs that are like following the player don't have multiple copies, for example. I basically need to do the same thing for NPCs that are like tracked in the world. And then I want a system for like all scripts for a quest should have like some base class that they can all refer to, and then there should be some sort of manager, like unified quest management, which right now is handled by the global script, but it could be handled by, you know, just its own script. Well, that's, you know, implied. Base class, manager class. So what this needs is to have like a track what quests they're associated with, ability to seamlessly, what am I trying to say? I mean, this kind of just tracks what I need. I think I basically just need to change my follower system into, like, let's go to what it actually does. So if we go to global, follow player, isn't this where it is? We have follower positions. Place entities, track follower node. Okay. I changed how it works. So I'm basically going to change how this works, because I think what it could be is, let's say we have, like, right now I think the way that it works is there's just a stat called follower. And so let's say we have, like, the character Riley following the player. What this does is it has this dictionary called follower, well, it has this stat, followers.values. Okay, so it has the scene path. So this would be the actual, like, file. Let's put this as JSON. And I think it also has a node. Oh, it has f.transform. So, like, and this isn't actually JSON now, but oh well. You know, so what I really need is to just add an extra thing. So it'd probably be like NPCs. And then, like, let's just say state. And this could be any one of, like, let's see. I'm thinking this has the ability to be, like, one of several things. It could be, like, follow node or walk to node. Oh yeah, there's no dictionaries, but it would only have one of these. And then this is a nightmare. Unless we have this as well be in my world format. So I have a world system, so it'd probably be like player, for example, and then like walk to. Let's just have like the other guys here. So for example, we might have like TS scientist. So this is one of the NPCs that is involved with a quest. Scene path, you know, so it has its files, it has its blah blah blah. But then I'm imagining state here. You know, you'd have your walk to like chunk or like grab hail lab ref 1 or whatever, like time, like active, let's just say time stop slash ref 1 or whatever. So basically it would look through, well actually I think we need like, what do we need? Okay. This seems to be about what I would want. This seems like it'd be good. So basically, anytime we load a new chunk, we would have to have some way of like tracking these. Like basically just like anytime we track an NPC, we would have a related dictionary like it would just, actually, it just needs an array. Because it would just have, like, TS... It would just do this. And then, like, whatever other NPCs we need here. And this... So when the actual chunk is loaded, it will check for what NPCs should be spawned in. And then it'll load them properly, and it'll do all the stuff that needs to be done. And this will be done like when it's actually activated. Okay, and then we would have like trying to think how exactly to make this work without having to do too much work. I guess this is fine. I can just start, like, coding this now. Or let's conceptualize, like, class name quest. This is GD script? This is what it looks like? Oh well. I haven't. Yeah, I'm currently in Godot 3, because I'm in a modified version of it. That's a bit too far deep for porting it to Godot 4 now. Let's see. Because I'm thinking, if I do wind up... Wait, let's also do... Let's just do double colons to represent, like, active entities. I should probably have this somewhere. So like world get node. So let's do like a real path here. Function get, or like world path. String. Right, let's do a node path actually. So the syntax will be like, oh, and we should also have, no wait, we don't need a relative node, do we? No, okay, we don't need that. So if colon, let's save this. Interesting. Let's see, var. Let's just do var p equals item, or no, this is path. Path split, double colon. Should we allow empty? Yeah, let's allow empty. Chunk name equals p0, var path equals p1. If colon in path pass else return node path path. Okay, so return node path %s slash dynamic content slash active entities slash %s. Hopefully this allows for, well, I guess I'll just make sure to not have a slash here, for example. Or, you know, it's incorrect to have a slash there. Okay, and then this is, actually, this can just do that. We don't actually need to do 0 and 1. And we can do a very similar thing here, except we don't have dynamic content. Oh, and actually we just do 1 colon. Right now, and this should be, yeah, let's just call this P. Okay, so this gets us a chunk agnostic, or like convenient shorthand for chunks, or for paths with chunks. Yep. Yeah, so right now I'm designing the API for quests because right now all of the quests are associated with just the chunk they're in. So as I load and unload chunks, like this quest, or there's a quest with a bunch of characters and stuff in this area, but they eventually need to cross out into other parts of the world. So right now I'm trying to figure out, like, how exactly am I going to track the NPCs once this area is unloaded? So all of this is going to need to go somewhere else. So, like, also eventually I need to make the nav mesh here a bit better because it's really bad. Like this stuff, for example, is crazy. But that's another episode to think about. Well, what if I did this? Doesn't help very much. I have thought about, I've been contemplating making a sort of engine agnostic scripting system to do some more fun stuff, more in the vein of, like, you know, like a live Lisp system where I can, like, just click on things and view them. But for now I'm just going to be sticking with Godot 3, especially for this game, because I want it to be basically ready for a demo in May. I don't think I actually need this bless system. Well, I might actually still. I might need to figure out, like, to spawn an NPC at an initial position. Or, like, mark the NPCs as being in that position. Let's think about that, actually. I think what I need to do is now every entity... let's add... Do I have a folder for quests already? I don't. But let's put it under management. No, it's not. New folder, quests. And this will be new folder, time stop. And let's have a new script as well. So this extends nothing. Quest. So this will have various functions like NPC. Well, I guess this should just be NPC ID string, and then like world path string. In fact, actually, I might just make world paths their own entity. Let's do that, maybe. Yeah, let's do it. New script. I don't care that much. I'm not going to do that. Var path equals global.get, or no, world path path. So this gives us our proper node path, and then it'll be like if save, let's just save, or like track NPC ID world path. This is what I want. I guess this is fine for now. Oh wait, no, we should also have like a scene path. So like if not scene path equals like ooh, maybe entities slash NPC. I have a better idea. Var ID string resources colon slash quests slash ID slash NPC slash .tscn, and this will be ID NPC ID. So basically, when we try to spawn an NPC, we will have quests slash NPC and then the other thing. Global track NPC, PCID, world path. And then should we, let's say, if, you know, actually, I kind of need this now. This, we need a new class. World path, and this will be a resource extends resource function init string s, or s string, and then we have basically this here. And we'll have export node path or node path, and like export string var chunk name. path chunk name equals p0 node path equals and let's say here chunk name equals none, or let's just have it be empty. Class name world path. Actually, is this? So this should be world path dot new. Oh, right. These two are almost identical, but not quite. So now we have a thing where I can track, like, I can conveniently mark NPCs as, like, existing across the world. Though actually I should probably make these a bit more clear. Basically now, double colons should probably be more recognizable. I'm thinking triple colons. So that clearly is different than like 1 colon. But okay, so when we spawn an NPC, we're getting its ID. Let's just say this is a world path. And then we track them. Var properties equals scene path ID NPC ID. Is that how this works? Oh wait, no, it's not. We don't need that in here. We're just gonna have the transform and the other thing. Scene path state. Okay, so the state will be state. Well, actually, we can just say walk to world path. And then let's have if global dot chunk is loaded. Well, let's say chunk. I'm thinking like chunk is active, chunk is loaded. I don't know, I can just do tree dot let's just say this world path. Then properties dot transform equals global world get node world path dot what have you. And actually I should do that with I don't care. Global transform So track NPC properties. Okay, so let's have this now be item world path. Well, let's say that instead. And then we'll return as item dot node path. There we are. And we'll do get current scene. And so we will no longer have any of this stuff. Much more simple. And that means that I'll need to figure out every single instance of like world has node, world get node. So from a spatial that, else this. Let's do var WP equals world path new from. WP. Oh, and we don't need this. We can just do... Oh, wait. We can do that. There we are. This is a similar one. Else. For world path equals... Oh, exactly the same logic here. World path new to world path. Okay, so thankfully not very many places where I actually use this, and in fact one of them is my example code. So world get node item world path relative node blah equals node. This is all fine. Because I think now what I want is to actually track where the NPCs are. And then we need to be able to spawn the NPCs. So like track NPCs, the way the spawning needs to work is we mark their location in the quest when when the given chunk is loaded. Apply. What am I trying to say? Load any NPCs with it When an NPC travels out of a chunk, have them walk to the edge and then fade. And then, yeah, fade away. We would also need the ability to track what chunk we're actually in, though. Ability to track what chunk we're in. Because, okay. Active entities. Let's have a spatial here. So this is going to be time stop. So like, we have the lab. We have this Mark 1. So let's get this into here. So this is now our assassination markers. And for now, they're just going to be here, because I can't be bothered. I just need to make sure that they can work across chunks. And also that means I should put a navigation mesh here. Huh. I didn't realize this one was... So this one needs to be even bigger just for this fort here. So we need more Z. Let's do filters. AABB. So Z needs to be like -100 to 200. And actually, we need to have this more up like this. So that way, hopefully... Oh, I see why. This needs to be here. There. And then I can bake this. Is it not, like, oriented the correct way? We probably also need a bit more anyway. Is this... Hang on. Let's just double check this. It feels like this didn't actually change the size of it at all. Okay, it did actually change the size. 20 with like 240? Okay. I'm not sure why this... Oh, I am sure why this. We need this to be under the nav chunk. Actually, why don't I just put everything under this? I keep, like, going back and forth on doing that. You know, because I can't imagine what sort of static bodies I'm not going to put under our water. Or, like, no. What sort of static bodies would not be navigable? I guess this water should not be considered navigable. I can do that later. Basically put a wall on it. And then let's also have... What's the other place? Crab Hill Crossing. This one's going to be a troublesome one. Take your time, Godot. Does it load, like, I guess it must be loading a separate copy of the entire world scene for each of these chunks. I should probably make it so it just gets the mesh. Oh, I didn't even realize that I did this properly. Oh wait, I didn't quite do it properly though. So we need the same thing here where, actually I'm just going to delete this one. Let's grab the smaller one. So let's see where I would want this to be. Probably right about here. Yeah, that seems about right. Easy peasy. And this should... Oh, it doesn't. Oh, right, because this one does larger cells. But for these really narrow corridors, we need the smaller cells to bake, like, for longer. There we are. It does cause this mess, though. I feel like for a certain level of polygon density, it'd be better to just, like, read the mesh data directly. Actually, I wonder if the sampling could do that. Like, if I did mesh instances instead. No, okay. But okay, hopefully this allows these two things to work together. I'm also wondering, I'll keep the rest of these as they are. Basically, I just want to make sure that I can actually have NPCs walking off into the distance. Actually, I could even do... So for these... we can just have the world path, like, function exists. Null node equals null. And this will just return, so like if not relative node equals global get tree get scene, return as node node path function. Wait, and this should also probably be like root slash this. Or I'll test if this works. And then function get node. And this will return node. Okay. Let's just call this node. So now we just do world path dot. So if world path dot exists, we then do world path dot node dot global transform. if from dot exists self this will be dot node self. There we are. Just tighten up the code a little bit. Mostly as an act of procrastination, because I'm still not actually... There's going to be a whole bunch of work to make the quests work. I should start on that, actually. First off, let's save this under project quests time stop. Save there. And this should not be... None of this needs to be here. Because we'll just have function start in the quest, like start pass function end pass. And we're not going to call this blessing anymore, so I should probably rename this. So let's just say reinventing quests epic. More accurate title. We have disavowed them now. Why is control... Oh, I see. Because I'm thinking in Sublime, which is a good text editor. You know what? Let's edit this in Sublime then. So we no longer need that. We need... So I'm going to work in a text editor from the 21st century. So writing quests... No, we need quest itself. So yeah, these are now going to be spawn. And we're going to now have to have a certain position where they spawn at, instead of the way that I've set it up here. So like, where should the scientist spawn, for example? Oh, I see. We're going to need all of these to be gone. But let's just add locations for now. Position. So this will be like spawn 1. In fact, let's put that out here. And let's just have this as like start. Spawn 3. Spawn 4, spawn 5, and spawn 6. And these are all placeholders, so we don't even need to worry about this. But it'll basically be, let's call this like function ts. Nah, I don't care. Grab hill lab with time stop slash start slash spawn 1. So a lot of boilerplate here. Sadly, most of it is necessary for the more complicated stuff. I'll eventually have some sort of like secondary function. And then we can just do like these spawn, these NPCs here. In fact, this means that we can't have this. What the hell is this doing? Oh, I see. I forgot how my own editor works. Well, not my own editor. I forgot how this works. In fact, we just need to track the NPCs here. So what this function is going to do is it's now going to be a way of telling the game, like, hey, there's going to be an NPC with this ID at this location once you start up this chunk. Should it be called track? I guess. I mean, yeah, I'll just call it that. And then this will do like despawn, so that way they'll just like be removed from the global tracking. Let's actually call it like stop or like track. And they probably all need to be renamed again to be like TS underscore this, but except for Balter. Because Balter is not in here. Which then begs the question, how do we handle Balter? Because he's going to be part of multiple quests, and what if the player does 2 of the quests at the same time? I don't care. Whatever. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. He's a special case. Because I don't need to keep track of anything that the NPCs are doing, because this, actually, I'll just even have it just do move to, or like, let's just do move NPC. Let's call it that. Forget NPC. I might just need Balter to have 2 separate, like, there's 2 NPCs that are named Balter, but one of them is called Timestop Balter. Or I just have multiple NPCs can be associated with multiple quests at the same time by augmenting my quest thing here. So maybe there's just like a quest ID or something. The problem is, though, this means that, This still means that I could only track one NPC at a time. I might need to do this in a different way. Where instead I would have, like, the NPCs track if they're a follower. So, like... Or let's say, like, if an NPC is global, so for some reason they're persisting, they'll look like this. Why is Riley all, like, not working now? Like, what's up with this? Ah, well. We'll use that for now. And then we'll have, like, this. And this also means that I don't actually need to have the time stop do anything unique. Because basically this would go into our, like, global.forget NPCs. And we'd also have ID here. ID. Actually, this... Okay, this is the right place. This is the right code. And that means we don't even need this. We can just do move NPC. NPC ID string, world path, world node. And then let's say like, I think I need to start with a simpler scenario. Like, what if I have an NPC that walks to here? So I'm just gonna, for example, remove the script from this. And then I'm gonna have a position, so this will be test 1. And then let's go to Crab Hill entry. Take your time, Godot. Boy, it really does like to take its time. You know, I think this should probably extend out to here because this chunk, well, I don't know. I'm gonna change how this road works. I'm gonna move this to this side. And so eventually I'll just grab some chunk and put it there. But for now we just need an NPC. And he's going to have a very simple quest, which is going to be find me. Or let's do like a not global task is active, find me. Find me. Introduce task. So this will be in dialogue. Where is this going to be? My brain is falling. What am I even looking at? Project. That's what I'm looking for. That's what no sleep does to me. Okay. Dialogue. Test. Q find me dot dialogue. Okay. And then Crab Hill West. Otherwise, you found me. Global complete task. Wait, not global task is completed. Find me. Global complete task, find me. And then otherwise, log. Yeah, good enough. Wait, Q. Where the fuck did I put this? Project, dialogue, test, Q find me dot dialogue. There we are. I was just dumb. And also I'm realizing this NPC actually needs to be a unique NPC. So we need to actually inherit a scene. So we just delete this guy. So NPC new folder test. Actually, let's do quests. New folder queue, find. Let's just call it find me. And then new folder, NPC. And then npc.t. Oh wait, we can just grab her. Grab this. New inherited scene. No. New inherited scene here. So this goes under quests, find me, NPC, test. Okay, so now we need NPC test. And this will be NPC test, and he will have queue find me. Oh, and he also needs to start walking. So introduce task, and then travel to. This should be Crab Hill Crossing? No, Crab Hill Lab. Take your time, Godot. Let's see what the RAM usage is like. So it definitely does seem to be something wrong with my current setup. Maybe if I, like, just append the scene without doing anything with it. How is it still 96% memory usage, though? And, like, where is everything else here? Like, why is... This does not seem correct. Like, it's really a death by 1,000 cuts scenario, because, like, how is, like, this taking up 90% of 16, or 95% of 16 gigabytes of memory? Like, this is why I have 16 gigabytes, so that I can have things that take more than 6 gigabytes of memory. Hence the, like, you know, hence the 16 gigabytes on the computer. That was the purpose of it. But it's like everything on my computer is like, oh, he has 16 gigabytes, so I'll just, you know, I'll just use a little extra, like 80 megabytes, and then when 1,000 applications do that, or 100 applications do that, it's 8 gigabytes. And that actually sounds downright reasonable now. Like, you know, of course the little service needs, you know, 80 megabytes of memory. Of course all 100 of them need 80 megabytes of memory. What do you mean you only have 16 gigabytes of memory on your computer? What are you, stupid? But okay, whatever. All of that, and I didn't even actually find the thing that I was looking for? Jesus fucking Christ. And I made the same mistake of clicking this scene again. Presumably because Godot ran out of memory. Okay, so I really do need to, I think, just get the node without the actual children of it. Let's go to, well, let's let Godot take its sweet time starting up. It's not like I had all of the files open 5 seconds ago, so it's not the hard drive's fault. Godot is just doing this. Okay. Oh, right. Because move NPC... Let's call this spawn still. I mean, the thing is, how would... Like, because it's not even like it's a problem with a scene specifically, because it's loading this scene when the engine starts up. And this scene is one menu. Like, is it... Because it's not these packed scenes, because if I, for example... Let's see if it loads up. Oh. Huh. Is it those, actually? Let's double check, then. Because it might be... I know Godot does something weird where it actually, like, considers these to be, like, not a path. Because that could actually be... Oh, wait, no. I need, demo preload. If it is really just because these shader preloads take too long to load, that's going to be disappointing. Because then I'll have to just manually put in a path instead. Huh, okay, no, it didn't, so that didn't make it load faster. It just genuinely starts extremely slowly. I think it is actually a problem with my hard drive. Like, that it can't get to the certain sectors of data unless it's, like, warm at those sections. Because I know things like my recordings will also take, like, a minute to start up if I don't, like, wait for the hard drive. Hang on, the music keeps getting louder. But yeah, the reason it's taking 6 gigabytes of memory is also because anytime I load a chunk, it loads the entire terrain test scene. Or it loads like a large piece of it, because it loads all of the terrain. Oh, wait. It's no longer called terrain test, it's just called world. Because it's the world now. Yeah, so basically it gets this whole thing here. And puts all of this in the world. So I think what I may want to do is just get a reference to the scene, but then again, I don't know if that's actually going to do anything. Actually, let's make sure. So what's the memory usage like now? Godot's already using 4.5 gigs of memory. So let's close this. Okay, so that is the issue. Wait, but how did it instantly turn off 3 gigabytes of memory? I mean, it's 500,000, which is a lot, but it's not that many. Because, like, there are meshes in regular games that are, like, more than that nowadays. Well, I guess it could be more than that because of the exterior edges. But these are still... How many vertices are in this scene, actually? Because I think these are like 1/5 the detail of these outer edges. So it is close to 1,000,000 vertices for the terrain itself. Which is a relatively heavy model for like characters and things, but like still not that heavy. Like, especially not like 3 gigabytes worth of memory. In fact, I'm gonna check this. So like, let's say we had 3 times 4 for a vertex, times 2 for the normals, plus yeah, but the thing with UE5 is it's working on, like, billions of triangles. Like, 1,000,000 triangles isn't even a concern for modern, like, graphics cards. Because, okay, hang on, I need to redo this. Because, yeah. 1,000,000 vertices. Times 3 directions, times 4 bytes for the directions, times 2 for the normals. So that'd be 24 million bytes. So 24 megabytes for the actual mesh, but that wouldn't include the indices or the UVs. Even though this doesn't have any UVs. It also needs colors. So let's just add another 3. So that'd still be 72, like, megabytes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're only dealing with, like, 1/1000th of that. Like... Because, yeah, for 1 billion vertices, you would definitely need something like nanite for modern GPUs. Because that's going to be just inherently gigabytes and gigabytes of data, without even, like, textures or anything on it. But yeah, I think last time I checked, there's just something wrong with how Godot does the physics. So, like... the problem is, I need the physics. Like, the static body physics. I guess I could just free everything that isn't a static body here. I mean... I mean, the reason Minecraft doesn't render all the cubes is because it's an infinitely sized world. Because, again, this is like a pretty small, like it is not an unreasonable number of polygons. I've made, like, million polygon meshes that render just fine. And I'm still quite sure that it's not... Because it's not the render time or anything. Because it's the memory usage, but that doesn't make sense because the numbers are just wrong. Admittedly, frame rate is kind of bad in this area. Oh, wait. A little over 100 FPS in the area, besides that big stutter. Oh wait, no, not a little over 100, a little under 100. Yeah, I know it does, because Minecraft doesn't do any, like, super sophisticated LOD. It removes the interior faces of cubes, but that's more just, like, an obvious performance gain. Ooh. It doesn't like this geometry. I'll probably have to figure out some other way of handling this geometry in the, like, final version of the game, but oh well. I don't need that right now. I'm just thinking about... Yeah, because this gets a little extreme with the collisions. What is causing issues here? Let's go away from here and see what's happening. Okay. So that chunk is causing a lot of performance issues right now, but we still aren't at 144 FPS, so I guess they're probably... Maybe you are right. That there is just something wrong with rendering this scene like this. But let's double check with the old world. I wonder if the script even works for this one still. Because if it is something up with the world, that's going to be a concern. I guess I could just make the world into larger chunks than what I have right now. Alright, game's gonna die. Close this one. Okay, so this one takes similar amounts of memory. And hopefully this still works. I don't think it will, really. Because this chunk system is now, like, being rendered obsolete. Ooh, Godot is not liking loading up this one. It's very slowly going on the other side. Oh, did it crash? Okay, it did. Oh, because I changed how things work, because I added, okay, hang on. Man, it does not like rendering this one. Take your time, Godot. Well, at least I know that this hasn't significantly worsened startup times. Ooh, yep. Yep. Well, actually, this world is now broke. Well, No, now that I'm close to the ground, it's not significantly better. It's still at about 8 milliseconds, so I think it's maybe just because this computer's under unusual load for some reason. Because, yeah, it usually is like 6.94 milliseconds locked. Is there errors? I mean, there are errors, but it seems like they're actually just not loading things, so it'd even be better. I mean, that's just the nature of a computer, though. Oh, wait, let's see. Minecraft chunk, blah, blah, blah. Most amount of vertices would be 524,000 if the loaded 16 by 16 radius. I mean, that's all true, but I'm not sure if it's more efficient for a mesh of about the size of this terrain. I'm not sure if it's better to have it frustum cold like this. So I guess with these frame times, I'm not seeing any significant difference between the performance of the two. Because this one loads the chunks as like 50 by 50 meshes, and it has these much lower detailed versions. Oh wait, no. Those aren't even lower detailed in the distance. Okay. It's not working anymore, is the problem. Like, does this still work? Oh, it does. I mean, it should be working. Okay, yeah, that still works. Oh wait, do we not load the chunks, though? Oh. Hang on. For C in get children, if C dot begins with chunk, chunks, C dot name equals C. It's not doing the LOD stuff here. I might have egg on my face if it actually does significantly boost the rendering speed to reduce the performance, because I was thinking that it'd be faster to just like, or at least not significantly slower. Okay, it is saving a millisecond. That's fair enough. It's strange that it's not locked, though. Usually it's locked to 7 milliseconds. I mean, frustum culling's just a thing in all games. Like, Godot has it by default. I guess the main thing is splitting my game into chunks, though. It's still very strange to me that normally at this... Because the game isn't even, like... This world isn't quite functioning, so, like, the small entities aren't even spawning. Because I changed how the code works, so it's not loading anything. So it should just be, like... working. Like, at the max frame rate. Like, it should be locked to 144 FPS. I guess I should double check, make sure that this is... So if I did teleport to 46... So they should be lower res versions of the terrain from up here. Are they? I kind of miss this version of the world. Hmm. I think we've sort of lost the plot because what I'm concerned about is the memory usage primarily. I mean, I guess I am sort of concerned about the performance as well. Or like the rendering speed. I think I've sort of put myself in this rabbit hole. But okay, for some reason the low-res stuff does not seem to be working, which is annoying, because that's like the thing that I want to test now. And the debugger broke. Okay, so if c.name in terrain low-res and c.name in terrain high... Oh, okay, I see. I've like lost the plot completely on where any of this stuff is. Oh, okay, I see. Load older stuff. Thankfully, I have that there. So let's go back to... Let's just do load older stuff, like, here. Okay, let's hope that this works. Okay, so that... Okay, now we can see the seams. Optimizing the rendering will only reduce the RAM if you're optimizing the rendering by reducing the RAM usage. Like, because splitting the world into chunks will not inherently reduce RAM usage. The reason that I was thinking of doing that again was basically because the way the editor works to preview the terrain is that it just loads the entirety of the terrain in, which means that if I'm editing multiple scenes at the same time, it has multiple previews, which means significantly higher RAM usage. But the other question that I had was, why the hell is it taking 3 gigabytes to render, like, or 3 gigabytes of memory to have this big mesh? Because even though it's a big mesh, it should only take a couple hundred megabytes. Because this one as well takes about 3 gigabytes. Okay, so it does seem like it's... I don't see any significant performance improvements from this LOD system, actually. Maybe there's also confounding variables of, like, the towers being rendered now, so that means there's multiple materials, so that changes that. But okay, so I think I'll rest easy, at least in terms of, like, the performance of this. I mean, at a certain point... Well, it doesn't really... I guess the distance doesn't necessarily matter, as long as it's the because it's really more the polygon density. And this area has pretty low... Like, the game does not have very dense polygon counts. Especially with the LOD system, like, these take up, like, 1/10 the mesh count that they normally do, like, because they're decimated by, like, 90%. Alright. I'll say rendering performance is not that big of an issue for that, or for my new system, but for some reason it's just not running at optimal frame rates. I do like this, having this as an option, so I'll keep that there for now. But I should probably also get back on track and not get mad at the world. For now, I'll just put in here, like, reduce memory usage. So that'd be like slim up or like editor previews, maybe some internal issues. Because it does seem, yeah, it's just kind of crazy how much memory it uses. But okay. Godot. No, world. Or chunk content. Let's actually go here. Chunk. So use v2. World node equals get node chunks. For c in world node dot get child or children. For chunks to remove equals nothing. Or like removed nodes. So if C is static body, or let's do if not C is static body, moved nodes dot append C, and then for R in removed nodes, world node dot remove child R. Okay. Yeah, the main reason I want to fix this particular editor issue is because of the because it's making it harder to actually edit stuff if I have too many scenes open at the same time and like want to flip-flop between them. So I'm going to see about like, so if I have this open, so that is a little less than 3 gigabytes actually, because I was at 347 megabytes. But let's get out Crab Hill. Let's just open all 4 of them. And also hopefully it doesn't take an age. It is going to take an age, it seems. But it should at least be more manageable because now... okay. Why did it do that? No chunk of name Crab Hill Crossing. Oh, we can't, okay, I see. W.instance I get no chunks, okay. We need, okay. I put this in the wrong place. This needs to be part of the terrain center, and then we do this. Or let's do for terrain.get children. Terrain.remove children. Okay. I want to reduce the memory usage here and also hopefully not have so much like lag. Okay, we're back up to 98% memory usage. Yep, it's Blender. The chunk system was originally, and that's part of why it was very hard to work with it in Blender. But okay, let's see how this looks. So now it doesn't have this, and hopefully that means that it's a bit more manageable, though it's still at like 97%. If I close the world, though, that keeps it at like 90%. And unfortunately, that does make it much slower to open these as well. I may need to make a separate scene. That just has the mesh. Ah, well. So unfortunately now, the problem has not significantly improved. Okay, this is nonsense. There is no reason that it should be taking this much memory. In fact, what if I created a new project? I mean, I really should be... well, I don't care. I want to figure this out. It'll also just improve, like, the game and my life in general, if I can, like, have a feasible amount of memory usage rather than having to struggle against this constantly. And also, I don't like how slow it is. But okay. I'm going to make a new project. And it will have one thing in it, which will be a single mesh. And it will be 1,000 by 1,000 triangles. Or 1,000 by 1,000 faces, or whatever. Okay, so over on this side, let's do browse D. What should it be under? Games Graveyard, Godot bugs. Memory test. So 248. 248. And then let us subdivide this. Okay. So this will go into memory test, test blend. Oh wait, this should be called plane-collision. Because what I want to see are basically two things. Is it the mesh itself, or is it the physics? Because if it's the physics, then that gives me a hint as to, like, where to look further. Well, I guess either one gives me a hint. Okay. So now, is this gonna... Is this... Okay, so there should be... Okay, so there should be a test GLB in here, like it should be right there. There we are. We're gonna have a real dense polygon here. And also, slimming up the editor preview did not fix it, so I'm gonna just... Nah. Don't do it. Areas, chunks, chunk content. Where is chunk content, actually? I don't want this anymore. New inherited. Let's see what the memory usage here is like. Okay, so it's only 1 gigabyte, which still a lot for a mesh like this. But it's not it doesn't feel as unreasonable. Let's save this as, like, test. And then let's also I'm going to see if this significantly changes it. If I change this to a... no, not material. If I change the mesh itself to be a separate thing. And then I'm going to make a single scene with a mesh instance with this mesh, but not the physics object. Okay, so that made it not significantly higher. But okay, so our baseline usage, 318 megabytes. Let's make another 3D scene with a instance. And this will have that. Okay, so the mesh itself is 300 megabytes. I mean, I guess it's not significantly more with the physics associated. Okay, so how does that work out? So if we have... Oh, well, I guess I know how it works out. If it's 300 megabytes, so... What was that? 328. Let's say this is negative. No, 651. Okay, so 323 megabytes. So that means 323 bytes per vertex. And that seems wrong. That just seems like it's not correct. Let's go to Visual Studio and see if I can understand, like if I go to Debugger Profiler, is there any sort of memory usage? Monitors? Oh, Visual Studio is going to completely fuck up this test because it's going to use 99.9% of memory. Okay, let's check like dynamic and static memory. Let's just load this scene with nothing on it, so completely blank screen. I don't understand why they're like this. Huh. Okay. So it's something to do with the editor specifically. Has like... I guess it's probably because it's creating a duplicate mesh for the, like... Why would it be creating a duplicate mesh, though? How would it be so much less? Because it's like, it's good that the game takes significantly less memory than the editor, but it's bad that the editor takes significantly more than the game. Or, like, more than I want it to. Let's try to open up, let's try to do a memory test in Visual Studio. This should hopefully exist still. Okay, Windows... Oh, wait, no. I need... Open, like, recent. We need debug tools. Does this still exist? Okay, hang on. Let's go to Tools, Godot, bin. So we need the tools .exe. There we are. Then we need to edit something. So I think what I do is just -e --path. And then if I get this path here for, what was it, memory test, copy. This might open up the editor. Nope, didn't open up the editor. Maybe --edit. Nope. Okay. Godot command line arguments. Show me this for the 50th time. -E. Okay, so -P is not correct, so --path. Okay, so it should be -E --path. Because this is where the project.godot file is. What does this mean? It specifies whether the debug should attempt to attach to an existing process when debugging starts. I guess not. Hang on. Okay, now it works. Cool. Love that. Now it's editing the scene just fine. Okay, start it again. Doesn't work. Okay. Why is it not working? Oh, is it because maybe it needs double quote? No, this is complete nonsense. Why would it? This wouldn't be anything. Oh, I guess I'm fucking stupid. It did work. Fuck me then. Okay, memory. Let's snapshot. Okay, so let's restart, actually. Okay, so let's take... So we're at a reasonable... Okay, so this is like baseline usage, because we don't have a scene open over here. And I know I've done this exact same thing before. Man, it's taking a lot longer now. Who knew that memory snapshots would make it take so much more effort? Okay, but it's very slowly increasing in usage. Take a snapshot here. So this is it without any stuff. Inexplicably dropping the instant I do that, but oh well. First question. Why is this so big? So, like, what is our added memory? We've added 500 megabytes. Hang on. Pause this. We don't need that to do anything. So, vector3 int comparator, default allocator element. Okay, so there's a map. Why do we have a map of hundreds of... So we have hash maps of things? Signals? I mean, we have a lot of void types. But we have a lot more of these allocated elements. Ooh. Visual Studio does not like this. But okay, because if I can cut down on, like, any usage at all, that would be great. Because it's only going to get worse the more meshes we add. But it does seem to be specifically an issue with, what have you, the editor. Let's start looking for, like, 3 comparator. I don't think this is going to be correct. Map vector 3. Map comparator? No? Huh. Well, this has died. So we're gonna have to try this again. So it's a map of vector 3 to int. Okay. So core math triangle mesh.cpp. So what is this database? Create faces and indices and base BVH except for set. Huh. So is this where all of our things are coming from? Let's check these some more. Let's see if I can actually get, like, a call stack. Click on each instance to display their allocated call stack. So let's see if this works now, if it doesn't die horribly. Well, that's cooking. Let's look for more instances. Unique vertices. Okay, so that's soft bodies. We don't need to worry about that. CSGs, meshes. So vector 3, normal cum. Okay, because it seems to be this specific thing. Is this gonna, like, work? Let's try again. Because admittedly, this is only 35 megabytes. Because most of this still seems to be this void. Okay. So it is the request gizmo. Generate triangle mesh. Why is it generating another triangle mesh, actually? But okay. So now we see the obvious thing. Data gizmo transform. No, that's not what we need. Editor spatial gizmo, mesh instance editor spatial gizmo. I don't think I've ever used this. Like, I don't think there's any instance where I... Oh, I understand now. I think this gets the mesh instance, and then it creates a new mesh instance. Why does it do that? Okay. Because it's getting the gizmo, and it's adding the collision triangles to that. Okay. This is so fucked up. So this is where it does, this is where the magic is happening. It has to get this in order to, like, click on a thing. Okay, so that's basically too advanced for me. Because basically, the other way you could do this is, you could have a screen space solution to this. But okay. So the extra thing that it's doing is it's creating a copy of that mesh, and then it's adding the triangles to its collision structure. So basically, clear... Where's this? Okay. Let's say... figure out a way to get the collision for the editor without copying the entire mesh. And this is a tools thing, so I'll just say, oh, whoops. Oh, well, I don't care. Yep, way too complicated. Way above my pay grade. And that was most of the time that I was... Ah, well. I'll work for like another hour or something. At least. But what I should do first is use the bathroom, so I'll be back in a minute. But yeah, the way to fix that issue with high memory usage. So that means that this is just going to be a thing I have to work with, because the only other way to fix it would be to like completely change how Godot does item selection. Because basically there's two ways to do it. I think Godot is using a physics engine approach where you have to add the collisions to the world and stuff like that. So that means that for things that don't have collisions, it has to copy the mesh. Well, actually, even for things that do have collision, because like let's see, let's go to terrain. Basically, the fucked up thing is that any collision object that also has a mesh, it needs the collision object needs to copy the mesh in order to like preview the wireframe of the terrain. Wait, let's go to world. And then the mesh needs to have a copy, or needs to create a copy of itself to get collisions. So like the collision, like for the static body here, it just uses the static body. But then this wireframe is a copy of the static body, not this mesh with a different shader. And then for this mesh, it has to create a copy of the mesh and not use the static body for collision. Which actually, that could be a way. No, that'd be impossible. That wouldn't work. I could basically just disable collisions for, That's an interesting idea. I would basically just disable clicking on a thing to select the mesh, and instead you would always select the static body, and then I'd click outward or something. Or I could do a thing where if it's a static body and you click it and it has a parent that's a mesh, you highlight the mesh. Jolt isn't available in Godot 3 as far as I know. And also I'm still on the memory usage mostly, because the issue is it has to copy the mesh to get the collisions. But okay, so let's say like possible workaround, disable in editor picking of mesh alternative auto search for child static body and use its collision extra static bodies for parent mesh and uses its vertices for previews. But this is not what I need to be doing right now. Because still the really important thing is that I need to actually like test the quest that I was working on instead of all this stuff. But okay. Grab hill entry. Because this follower why is this? Oh, I see. Crab Hill. Literally the thing that I stopped on was Crab Hill Lab. I forgot to figure out what entity, like what node I was going to travel to. Mm-hmm. I mean, the main reason I don't want to go back to my old LOD techniques is because they were absolutely miserable to edit in Blender. Because it was running at like 1 frame every 5 seconds, because it had to do a bunch of modifiers to keep the meshes consistent. Okay, so it's just called test 1. That was what I needed to actually test it. Yeah, it needs some sort of like better system for generating the meshes, or like some sort of special tool for it. Because I could look into other terrain plugins, but then I'd lose all of the things that are nice about editing an actual mesh, like, because I can have like overhangs and stuff that you can't have in Blender. Or you can't have in like a whatever, height map editor. Godot, take your time. Okay. Oh wait, I picked the wrong thing. Oh my god. Now the whole thing has to start again. Okay, so at least that time it started up relatively fast. Yeah, there's so many issues that I'm having that are also just like compounding each other. Like the fact that my hard drives are really slow. So I should just get an SSD soon. Okay. Teleport to, grab, hill, what have you. Entry. Okay, this guy. Introduce task. Okay, so introduce task failed. All that stuff failed. So we need main. Where is... Oh wait, I think it's in... Is it in the dialogue viewer? Okay, that's where it is. Visual name, note, extra tags. Okay, and then the NPC nav. Don't travel. Let's say... what do I want to do? Maybe persistent. N. Let's do like if and not n get player dot fade out maybe, and then we're gonna do like a teleport to there. I'm getting way ahead of myself. What I just need is if persistent global dot func save or travel to string or like path string. So if w path equals path new path global dot Okay, so what the hell are they supposed to do when they travel to them? What did I do in quests? Okay, global.track NPC. And then let's do like quest ID equals $. Yeah. NPC quest ID friendly ID, or isn't this? No, body dot. Actually, the NPC doesn't even need this. Or the NPC nav doesn't need this. The NPC needs it. All NPCs can do this, even if they don't have a navigation. So we can just do that. Oh wait, main speaker travel to. There we go. And also, I should say that I'm not necessarily designing the game around SSD loading speeds. I'm designing it around, these hard drives are genuinely, like, fucked up. Like, I've played Balatro, for example, and sometimes the sound effects will stop playing for, like, 45 seconds. And I'm almost certain it's because it's on one of these hard drives. Because when it was on my SSD, it just played normally. So it's like, literally no game is designed around these hard drives. Because they, like, will just stop doing things for, like, a minute and a half at a time. Which I'm almost certain is why sometimes when I start the game, it just takes 2 minutes to start, even though it's literally a, like, blank UI. Like, just a black screen with, like, 2 buttons on it. Like, I can hear the hard drive crankling and spinning up. Because, like, it should not take 2 minutes for this to start up. If nav and global.world has node WP, I guess like self. Nav.travel or move to get node WP self. Okay, let's say that's fine. Else global.get player dot fade in Q3. Alright, let's do this as well. Let's do actually like, if not travel to path quest ID. So var properties equals, so this will be like scene path file name. Yeah, that's correct. ID, no, we don't need ID. I think, is this all we need? I keep forgetting what's actually in here. State. Do we need state? I guess we'll do like a walk to. Walk to. And then like properties dot transform equals t. So what this is going to return is var n equals dot global, move to n, return n dot global transform, else return null. Oh, we can just do that. Okay, this should be a node. Huh? What? Oh, because it no longer has this, because it's just... We can just do this now. There we are. Okay, and then we can do global dot track NPC ID, no, quest ID, friendly ID, actually, yeah, this is fine. We'll do find me though here. So that's travel to this with that. Properties. Okay, function track NPC quest ID something ID NPC ID string properties dictionary, so it'll be set stat. This will be oh wait, no. NPC Okay, so set stat NPC slash quest ID or plus quest ID Alright, actually, we do genuinely need a nested dictionary here. Because it's going to be NPC/quest/ID properties. And then let's do this. So var NPCs equals dictionary stats NPC. For q in npc.keys. Wait, no. This will be like values. So this gets us... Wait, no. This gets us the quests. For NPC in quest.values. It'll basically do all of this stuff. Alright, let's do like, if... Ugh. No, this isn't where we need this. We need like NPCs by node or something. Or NPCs by chunk. Because this should actually do the world path here. There we are. Because we need a chunk name here. Because we're then going to do world. I didn't need to open it. Because what I actually need is the chunk marker. Or actually, we should do chunk content. So function ready, function set active. So let's say like if name in quests whatever, no, global dot, didn't I say I was going to use the bathroom and then not use the bathroom? Oh wait, no, I did use the bathroom. I just forgot. Because I need to use the bathroom again. But okay, global dot NPCs by chunk. Var NPCs equals global dot NPCs by chunk name for NPC in NPCs. If not active entities dot has node NPC dot, or let's say like ID. Because yeah, what I actually need... Oh wait, no, this is fine. Yeah, because this is going to be an array. And each of these is going to have an ID. And then, if we don't have that, var s equals global dictionary stat. Or like, let's like get NPC stats ID. This will be function get NPC stat. Ooh. Oh, this will be fine, actually. NPC string. Return stats. NPC slash plus NPC. There we are. Okay, let's actually put a variable here. For NPCs by chunk dictionary. So we set this stat, and then if not PC, or let's do if not var full ID equals this. No. Var chunk name equals properties.path. Oh, I see a much better way of doing this. Path, world path, action, move to. There we are. And that'll actually be in the NPC. So it's not going to be walk to, it's going to be path, or like world path. Let's do it like this. World path, and then action, move to. Driving me insane. Okay, so we track the NPC. Chunk name equals properties dot world path dot chunk. Should be in world path. Chunk name, okay. So if not, chunk name in NPCs by chunk, then NPCs by chunk name equals full ID. If not full in NPCs by chunk name. There we go. Assign value doesn't have a set type. Oh. There we go. So now we need to go back up to full entities. So this is going to be This doesn't need to be there. We need this in the chunk content. Get NPC stat ID. If not, active entities dot has node ID. Oh shit. Oh wait, I know. Split slash. Or I know. Replace slash with $sign. So this is now going to be alright. Let's do var in world or like node name equals ID replace, as I've said here. Basically, we can't have slashes in the names, so we can't do like stars slash this, I don't think. Yeah. But we can do a $sign. So I'm going to replace the name. I'm going to just do a slash and then a $sign. So for ID and NPCs, if we do not have that, so var info equals global dot get NPC stat ID, node name equals that, var node equals info dot, I think it'd just be load info dot file name dot instance add active entities dot add child node PC, and then let's say else npc dot id npc equals active entities dot get node. Variable npc, oh I see. We can just do npc equals load right there. Okay, so what this is doing is when we travel to a place, it is saving where we're traveling to. And then when that chunk is marked as active again, if it wasn't already active, we are then going to spawn the NPC in the chunk. So the assigned value doesn't have a set type. Well, it should. Okay. And then node name string. Get node NPC. Oh, node name. Okay. So what do we have so far? If the name is in the NPCs by chunk, so we've written it to the like global state, NPCs array is equal to NPCs by chunk name. So for each ID in the NPCs, we get this stuff. So this means that if an NPC is in 2 quests at the same time, they'll simply exist in those 2 quests at the same time. Because then what we're going to do is, as well as this NPC dot, so like let's do if or like if NPC dot global equals. Let's match on info.action. So we'll have like move to global transform equals info dot world path dot node NPC. No, I guess just node dot global transform. Otherwise, bad action for ID info action. Okay. So this might work. This will work in some conditions. It'll work in the very specific instance of I talk to the NPC and then I walk over and load the chunk. Maybe. What is even happening? Let's monitor what Godot is actually doing. So like the disks. Okay, so it's probably okay, so it's doing way too much stuff. That is not what it was doing. It's not running at 100% capacity. Let's see it again. So what is this one doing? Okay, so now it's doing... Is it... Okay, I don't get it. But okay, talk to this guy. Not enough arguments in string format. Dot blah. So path is this. So where is P? Why is it not in here as like a thing that's in here? Because there should be two of them. Let's just put if p dot size less than 2. Print debug bad world path p. What's the hard drive doing now? Still loading terabytes of data. Terabytes of data for that one menu. I guess it's because it's reading 1 megabyte per second. This hard drive is rated for 500 gigabytes per second, I'm pretty sure. No, I know. 500 megabyte. Wait. No, it has to... Why would I be impressed by 500 megabytes per second? Okay, let's see what it actually has as the output now. It doesn't have the output still. Not enough arguments to format string and operator percent. It's an array. It's an array of 2 items. I don't know what to tell you. Is there some sort of like special syntax here where it's like I have to do P0 and then P1? Even though this is clearly also an array? Oh, now it starts in 1 millisecond. I'm in hell. Oh, well, okay. Fuck me then. Okay, but let's also fix this. So it's going to be exit plus main speaker dot travel to Crab Hill test 1 unrequest find me. That's not what I needed. Where is the game? Why did I quit the game? Okay, so I think I also need... Oh wait, it's not actually going to start up properly now. Okay, what are the issues that happened? Because we had the exit plus that I was distracted by. The next thing that I need is to start up. When the world starts. So place entities. Actually what I need, whenever we load the game, is place entities done in the correct places actually? Or let's look up where journal by tag is done. So abolish notes, get notes by tag, has note. So like where is this reset properly? Add tagged entries, journal blah D. Okay. Function reset state. Follower positions is also in here somewhere. Wait, what? Genuinely, where is this like done? Because there's like a place where it's supposed to be like updating this journals by tag. And I don't get... So journal by tag equals D. So what is add... What is this? So does the function reset state? So where is follower positions? When is this reset? Track follower node, dismiss follower, reset state. So I think follower positions does not properly reset the NPC state. Okay, whatever. Let's do var. So this is going to be journal. This is new journal. We don't actually need this. Var new NPCs equals this. For NPC or for quest in dictionary stats NPC. For NPC in... Oh, wait. For NPCs equals this. For NPC in quest... new NPCs for info equals quest NPC. Now what the hell is it? No. Okay, this is correct. Because this is NPC slash quest slash NPC ID, and then we get the info. Dot world path dot chunk name dot append quest plus slash plus NPC. Yeah, that's correct. And then we have, what is this? NPCs by chunk equals new NPCs. And that means we don't need journal book. Okay, this should be fine. All right, this should be dictionary. Okay. Movement demo, story demo. Try this again. I'll need to start a new game. Not quite. Invalid get index base F on string. Quest is find me. Oh, because we need NPCs quest NPC. There we are. Oh wait, and that means that we also need this. Invalid get index chunk name on base resource. So what is the resource then? So we should have the local variable info here. We don't. Okay. Godot is very helpful. It has a great debugger. Okay, I need to be more explicit about everything. For NPCs. So this is now going to be quests. Request in quest. For NPCs, dictionary equals quests quest. Or let's say NPCs by quest. And then let's say like NPC info. So NPC in NPC info, var info equals NPC info NPC. So let's see if this works. And if not, I'll just start a new game. Or I'll just rename it. Okay, so let's see what it says this is. Info is null. NPC info. NPC test. Action. Move to. File name. Blah. World path. Blah. Okay. So we should now have info. It's not a variable that's tracked, but... Okay, so it took a little bit too much. Invalid get index chunk on base name resource, which is cool. Hang on, let's do like resource name equals world path. Okay, let's look at this again. So world path is encoded as ID blah. Can we get NPC info, NPC test, world path, ugh. Let's ignore it then. Let's just start a new game. Okay. Let's see if the stats work at least. So there should be NPC find me, NPC test. So we have the file name, the world path, the action. So let's save. And then what I'm going to do, let's look for this. What is it? App data, and then Godot should be somewhere in here. User data, at the ends of eras, autosave. Okay, and then it should have NPC. Find me. So world path is sub resource. Let's look for 49. Look for just 49 in general. Okay. Node path. Chunk name. Okay. So let's first see if the NPC actually will load with the chunk. Because basically, well, actually the lab is already loaded. But he'll be in the center there, so let's just flip. So I distinctly saw nothing. So let's do like global dot NPCs by chunk. Okay, so we have find me slash NPC slash test. So it should have worked. But then it didn't. So let's go here. Oh, is it because it's not being marked as active? I bet you that's what it is. Yeah. Hang on. It's because we're not quite up to where we were before. So like update active. Where is this? So we need to go to the world again. active chunks. Right, because now let's remove our boxes and stuff. I guess we just call group chunk. And what I'll do for now is just for C in get chunks dot get children. If not, ch is chunk marker pass or continue. So let's get the chunk marker to see stuff first. So like var loaded. Our function loaded. Return has no dynamic content. Let's also do, like, when we preview, we should set the active content to false. N dot active equals false. So let's do ch.real ABB. So if it's not a chunk marker or ch.is loaded, we'll return. Otherwise the box equals this. And then let's do function activate. So dynamic content if true. Actually, let's just do set active a bool a, and then chunk content I think has a method set active. Okay, yeah, we have that. In fact, we can just do equals that. And we'll just do for now in the world. So chunk loader or ch.set active true. ch.set active false. Okay. Oh, this is fair. Okay. So this should now update this, so that way chunks can be inactive, active, stuff like that. And that should be... okay. Load, unload, and that means this is now there. The exact same fucking bug as before. And of course, we can't see the actual variables that are involved because that would be too competently designed. That would be too useful. Ah, well, just mash F12 until it works. Oh, let's do if is loaded. Let's also see. Oh wait, let's do if not is loaded and a preview. Elif, wait now. Okay. Basically, if we have to set it active, we will set it to be loaded. Oh, but that means... Oh, wait, no, this is fine. Okay, mash F12 again. So now what it should do is it should, like, gradually unload NPCs, so, like, as we get further away. Let's make sure that that still works. I'm not seeing NPCs disappear before things unload, but I'll keep out hope for it. Nope, still doesn't work. Update, active. Chunks. Oh, because now it doesn't do the same rules for loading nearby chunks, unloading nearby chunks. Okay, hang on. Let's do 4 chunks in 4ch. I think I'm going to start removing this now. Well, yeah. Chunks is going to be an array now. So array, and we don't need this one. And then update. So we'll just do 4c in chunks. So now we'll do this here instead of in the chunk marker. So these removed. In fact, I guess we could move all of this into here as like const active dist equals like 100. Const inactive dist equals 120. So we could do like a function process active, and then oh wait, no, process loaded. And then function check active. Because what we can do is like load nearby chunks. Close other tabs. Function load nearby chunks. We don't need any of this now. We're just gonna do get tree. Actually, group, no, chunk marker dot cross like check loaded, and then check active, And then we process the player distance, update the schedules, process enemies. And so we don't need these at all. Because this don't exist. This don't exist. These don't exist. The chunk loader, actually. Yeah, that doesn't exist at all. Well, we probably should have a function still for this, because otherwise I have to just do like get tree dot call group chunk marker check loaded player new position, and we would check active here. And then this, we don't need this at all, because there is no LODs, because I'm a monster. And we don't even need the bounce cache. Okay, so we check loaded, check active. We do like function bounds. Key vector 3 inner false outer right floats outer floats. Okay, so what this is going to be is if equals inverse times p var in AABB equals dot grow inner if in AABB dot has points p, we will return -1. And this will return int. Or like in margin. Elif out AABB has point p, return 1. Else return 0. And so this will just be var L equals margin P high res dist, low res dist, okay, this is out AABB. There we are. So this will just be if L less than 0, elif L greater than 0. There we are. Okay, the reason I did this as well is because I can now do if so var, oh, we don't even need this, var a equals margin p active dist, inactive dist. If a is less than 0, that means that we are active, so we do set active true. Elif a greater than 0, set active false. Otherwise, we don't do anything. Oh, wait, and this should be not A8. In fact, there we are. Okay. Lots of stuff. Oh wait, speaking of, process player distance should now not do anything, actually. Oh, we don't even have a process player distance. Good. Let's do actually, if is in group distance activated. Remove from group that. Basically, NPCs should come and go. I still haven't fixed that, which is fun. And also I see that our update everything function has not updated everything. Updates everything. Oh, I see. Because it doesn't have this. Okay. Now, we still haven't actually fixed the actual stuff here, but I might be getting closer. Because now we can deactivate and reactivate things. Maybe. Should be working. There we are. Okay. They popped out of existence. It should probably be even closer. Yeah, you can see spawning them in creates a noticeable stutter, which is unfortunate. Especially because it's like 5 people. Also, NPCs by chunk. This really should have had them. I don't know why it's not doing that. Actually, I know why. Add tag entries. Reset state does that. Add note. No, what the fuck does this mean? Oh, it's because this doesn't work. Right, okay. Still need to try this again. I guess I'll keep at it. It might be that I just need to make it a dictionary when it's actually saved. So, like, we should have, like, NPC info. And, like, so NPC test. So this object, okay, so it should really have the things that are in it. Because the save, like, it's here. The script, it has the node path, it has the chunk name. Well, at the very least, what I should check is this. Global has node. False. Okay, so is it roots/world? Crab Hill Lab, dynamic content, active entities. Do we have roots? Okay, do we have root/world? Do we have root/worlds? Oh, it's because it's chunks. Right, so this world path wasn't even right anyway. Because yeah, this needs to be root slash world chunks. Okay, let's at least see if I can get it working once. I like that dome. Okay, so let's no clip away. Okay, and let's also do stats. So we should still have NPC find me, NPC tests, so we have path and the file name, etc. I think honestly, what I should do, thinking about it, I could just make it so that it parses the chunks correctly. Hang on. Global dot chunks NPCs by chunk. So what is the error here? Persistent moved to position. I don't care. Move to returns a value but is never used. Those are fine. Chunk content, on the other hand, should be working now. Like, so we deactivate. Oh shit! It's because I put it in the wrong place. There we are. Okay. It should be... Let's go to, like... Let's deactivate this one, activate this one. Why is it activating so much, actually? Okay, well, it didn't activate it. And I still don't know why. Also, I just had a good idea. If our global thing isn't going to work anyway, so world path. So we're just going to say chunk name. Info.chunk name. And then, actually, yeah, because this should be fine, unless we do info.worldPath at any point. Yeah, I don't think we do. In fact, it should literally just be able to do it globally now. Yeah, because we're just going to do get node info.path. Because I'm going to change it now from what it was before. So do we use world path anywhere else? No. So that means that now, when we track an NPC, we do chunk name as worldpath.chunk name and path as worldpath.nodepath. Is this also a string? I guess it's a node path. Let's see if this works. I really hope this one works. It'll be broken here until I start a new game. Ignore it. Oh wait, I see. This was actually because of that. Okay. Play. Okay. Stats. NPC find me, NPC test. Okay. So the path is here. Good. Our chunk name is here. Good. So let's just go away until it's inactive. And then what I'm going to do... Okay, so NPCs by chunk. So our name... Why did it do it? Why did it do this? Why did it go here? Okay, whatever. Global.npcs by chunk. It's because it's not called... Okay, it's because it's called dynamic content. So we need to do get parent dot name. Or like get our chunk name wherever we get our chunk name. And do we need if low res and has node active entity? So we don't need this because this never happens now. I'll ignore it for now. Okay. Let's do for CNAME equals this. Let's see if this actually works now. So quest and NPCs by quest. Great. Hopefully that doesn't break anymore. Great, we have it there. So we have the NPC there still. So why did that not work? Global.npcs by jump. Global.journal by tags. Journal by tag? Is the... hang on. Well, okay, all of this shit is wrong, but that's okay. At least the tower looks cool. At least that's the good enough marketing push for me. The tower looks kind of cool. Okay, now all of my journal notes are broken. So I think that's because I slightly changed the code, ever so slightly, daily and nightly. Because instead of assigning to an empty dictionary and then assigning to a populated dictionary, I just assigned to a populated dictionary that might be empty. Invalid get index crab hill lab on base dictionary. Oh, I see. It's because we need to do, if not, actually, let's just say like, mark NPC as like, we'll basically do the same thing that we have here. So for NPC and NPC info, so it'll be info quests or info dot. Let's do info dot chunk. What am I trying to do? NPC new NPCs. Okay, so function mark NPC info string, no, dictionary quest string NPC string new or dictionary. So track NPC, and basically what we'll have is here it'll do all of this stuff. Oh, well, it literally... Oh, I see. The only thing that we don't do is this set stat here. In fact, let's just do like track NPC or let's call it this. And it'll just be full ID. So NPC slash quest properties. Function track NPC. Let's call it like in chunk. String props dictionary, and then also the actual ID. So this will be by chunk. So if it's not in our dictionary, we just do that. And that means here we don't have this. Track NPC in chunk info plus slash plus quest, and then info. In fact, we don't even need this. We can just do this. In fact, do we even need the NPC here? Oh, I see. Quest slash NPC. There we are. Oh, and then our new dictionary. Let's do var chunk name string equals props dot chunk name. Okay, it looks like it's going. So it's a very similar process now to how my journal notes are tracked, which hopefully will work. Invalid get global transform on null. So what is info? Path. Root world chunks. The world path isn't quite correct still. So we'll need to restart the game. Actually, I can just do that. Bump this up. I mean, it's about time. that we went up a major version anyway. Okay, cancel. Okay, let's double check the stats. So NPC find me, NPC test. We have the file name, we have the chunk name, we have the path, we have the action. Okay. And then we need NPCs, or chunks by NPCs, basically, because I need to figure out how to make sure that the other NPC is properly deleted. So, like, once he's there... Okay, so let's pop away. And then come back. There should be another NPC. Hey, look at that. Look at that, it worked. It worked, gamers. You found me. Okay, so now he is free from his eternal torment. And that means that I should also... Oh, did I even complete the task? Oh yeah, I did. Once a task is completed, it needs to now do, like, completes... Function complete. Task. We should forget all of the NPC-related quest stuff. So, like, forget NPCs. Task ID. So this will be up next to func track NPC. Forget NPC quest ID string. So if or var stats equals dictionary stats PC slash quest ID. If stats I mean, I guess we can just remove them. We just do for C in stats. Remove PC, or forget NPC in chunk. This would be like PC ID. So quest ID plus NPC ID with I guess this is probably all we need. So forget the NPC in every chunk. Full ID string, and then also we can do let's do like var qs equals this, and then also we can do remove stats qs. So for C or chunk in by chunk. If full ID, or let's just do like remove full ID. I guess it'd be erase. Okay, erase have erase. So it removes the first occurrence of a value in the array. If the value does not exist in the array, nothing happens. Good. So to remove an element by index, use remove instead. This method acts in place and doesn't return a value on large arrays. This method will be slower if the removed element is close to the beginning. This is because all elements placed after the removed element have to be re-indexed. Fair enough. And we're not going to use this for very large indices, or hopefully not. I don't think I'm going to have quests where there's like thousands of NPCs being manually corralled using this system. But okay, so this should be able to forget all of the NPCs associated with a quest. And so that means that they'll no longer be tracked by this system. They'll be tracked by their own system. And what I should also do is... maybe have a quest associated with an NPC. So, like... yeah, let's say that. This will be, So we already have a system for queue freeing the NPC nav. So I'm thinking maybe this will be handled in this, or maybe it'll be handled at the level of the NPC. Actually, I may want to have the NPC itself, or the nav. Like, I have all this stuff here. I think this should be in NPC nav. Like, travel to could be like the new system. And then we just do like okay, so do we have anything else that needs to be here? Not really. If nav and world process.exists body. Let's say this. Actually, yeah, this is fine. Let's just do this. There. And then also there. So now we'll have a system to globally track these, and then also if body.friendlyid and global hasstat follower stat or global.hasstat NPC stats, or let's say just global.is tracking follower. But okay, it's almost 10:30 at night. So what I'm going to do, because I need to use the bathroom, is I'm going to call it here. Because I have kind of a system for moving NPCs from one place to another. But right now it does a fade to black and it doesn't really work like movement normally. But I'll figure that out off stream probably. See you later.